So I ran out of time on the last video, which is to be expected, but because I ramble a lot. But this time we're doing the Florida book because I spent enough time on this. If you guys like that last video, comment and let me know if you want me to actually in-depth describe species in here. I was thinking a fun series I could do would be to actually randomly flip to a page and learn about the species with you guys, because I don't know everything in here. I'm going to be 100% transparent. I don't know everything. A lot of people seem to be like, oh, you know lizards, what's this? Which isn't how it is, but I'm always about increasing my knowledge on things. So I'm probably going to do a couple episodes of me doing that, called like random rolls or random flips or something. But if you guys want me to actually do that, because I'm going to do it for myself one way or another probably, so just because it will help me increase my own knowledge and hopefully let you guys learn some stuff too. I'm getting sweaty because it's really hot in my room because I live in Arizona. But I'd also enjoy doing it with this book because this book has so much cool stuff. But this will be the focus of this video. So, because I don't want to drag this out, I'm going to skip to the snakes. This is going to be more of a snake-centered episode. Now, there are some things that I wanted to see in Florida. Which, where I'm going with this should not be a shock. The first species that I'm going to talk about that's in this book is the eastern hognose. Woot woot. The most variable snake species, I think, or one of the most variable snake species in the U.S. And I'm willing to wager that. But they're just so pretty. I love this one. A lot of people call it the Halloween hognose. Right here, this orange and black and red one. They're gorgeous snakes. I also just love their threat display and how they play dead. That's one of my favorite things about hognoses in the wild. Also, I was going to say something, but I forgot. I genuinely just love these snakes. Now, the scientific name for the eastern hognose is Heterodon platyrhinos. I think that sounds kind of cool. Some of these hognose names I think are cool. But then the one I was really, really wanting to see, because this is the... Let me cover that picture. This is the distribution map. As you can see, almost all of Florida is green, but then there's this little map right here. This little tiny map. That is their whole distribution range. They have a massive range. They're in pretty much on the entire East Coast, all from Florida to middle of Texas, and then up to Wisconsin. This isn't the right page. There we go. But then the one I was really wanting to see, Heterodon siamus. Now, those of you who are really close with me and know that I'm really passionate about this species will know what it is. Or if you were in my English class in 12th grade and you had to listen to my presentation on them, yeah, sorry about that. But the southern hognose. I love these guys. I love how they're gray primarily. Almost all of them are like this gray color that you can see displayed on both of these, but then the top one has like a whitish dorsal pattern underneath the splotching, which is a color pattern I think is so cool, is that they have a sort of dorsal stripe going down their spine, but it's underneath the regular patterning of what a western hognose would have. I just think it's so cool that they have the side coloring, the back coloring, and the spot coloring. And for whatever reason, I just always thought that was so cool with this species, and it was something I thought that really made them unique. They also have some really vibrant reds and some nice whites, and some just nice oranges and grays to them. And I just love this species. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. If I never get to find one, I already know I'm going to buy one. So, Kevin Fisher, he has some, along with... I know his last name. His last name is Bartoli. I want to say it's Greg Bartoli. He has the red phase, so I'm probably gonna buy a red phase from him whenever he has any available the next time. Like, it's something I'm not gonna miss my opportunity on. I refuse to let myself miss an opportunity because it's my favorite of the Heterodon species. This species, I don't know what it was that captivated me. Maybe it's the fact that they're not doing too hot in their natural environment, but they're also so pretty, and they're just a fun species, and they're charismatic to me. And I'm just so passionate about them because they're just so interesting to me. And the hognoses in general, we don't know a lot about them. And so, I don't know, I just want to preserve a little bit of them as best as I can, even if it's just a small part. I want to do my part to preserve their species. So, I'm just really passionate about them. I don't know what it is about them that made me care so much, because they look just like a Western hognose, just different colors is how a lot of people put it. But I love them. I love hognoses in general, but there's something about the Southern that, to me, is even better than a Western hognose. In terms of the wild variants, I might add, because Southern hognoses really don't have a whole ton of color. Patterns that are like a color morph, let me put it that way. There's not a whole lot of color morphs of them. There are albinos and xanthics, but a lot of the regular ones are kind of xanthic-y looking to me. But then there's the oranges, the reds. They have kind of like a fall aesthetic, also with having that gray. And I just love colors associated with fall, and I like the color gray. So I think that the fact that they have both of those, and they also have darker colors to them, while having those bright oranges, reds, and yellows, and whites, I just find to be gorgeous on a snake. And so getting to see them in albino form as well, it's like, wow, that's going to be neat. So I know I'm going to buy one at some point. I'm already putting money away for them. They're not too expensive. $400, considering that there's only 2 breeders, I would not say that that's a bad price. So, especially since in some ways they are a little bit more difficult to breed than a Western hognose, other than the care I've heard is roughly the same, just more humidity. But I love these snakes. I knew this was going to take up a bulk of the video because I just love these snakes. I love Southern hognoses. I am going to buy one someday. I am going to have at least one, if not multiple, because I want to breed them. I want to get some wild caught ones, so that way I have essentially genetic diversity in case their population crashes, so that we have enough genetic diversity that we're not starting off on a bottleneck like with the Wyoming toad. I'm getting off into a weird rant, and I can already feel myself getting into it, so I'm done with the Southern hognose. I'm just going to show this comparison picture of a Southern and an Eastern side by side. You can see these guys have more of a curved nose, whereas the Easterns have more of a point. They're more of like a spade or a knife edge, in my opinion. They remind me a lot more of a spade, whereas these guys are more like a little curved shovel. But, to the next snake I was hoping to see, because there was quite a few actually I wanted to see, but other than the hognoses, was this it? No? Yes? No? I'm trying to remember. No, that's not it. Because, like, I know what they look like, but I get them confused. Oh, these guys I just thought were cool, but I know I'd never see them. The salt marsh water snake. I know that we weren't going to actually be near any salt marshes, so. But they just have a lot of color variety, so I thought they'd look cool. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? A lot of these are water snakes. Queen snakes I got interested in after the trip. So I'm not going to lie to you guys and say. The red belly snakes, they were actually one I was interested in. I think they're kind of cool. Just because they have that really bright red belly. Gosh, my forehead is so shiny. Oh, these garter snakes. These garter snakes, the garter snakes there are so pretty. I saw them in this book, and then there were some at the expo for sale. They were selling them for like $3. So I could have bought like a couple hundred of them. I legit could have bought 100 of them if I really wanted to. But it's like, what would I do with all that? And why? What would be the point? Did I miss them somehow? There's no way, because I didn't think they were. I didn't think they were before the hognoses. I thought they were after. Oh, these were an interesting one I wanted to see because they're non-native, so I can collect them as much as I want. The trunk snakes, they just look cool. They're purely aquatic. Not to say that they can't be on land, but they're extremely adapted to be aquatic, and I just thought that was very interesting, very unique. There was a lot of stuff that I wanted to see that was non-native, like there's boa constrictors, which, fun fact, even though a lot of people refer to constrictor snakes as boa constrictors, boa constrictor is an actual species. Let's see. Burmese python, I did not want to see them. The rock pythons, did not want to see them. These are the colubrids. Yeah, they were colubrid, so we're getting there. The indigo. This is one I wanted to see really badly. Cause I got to see one in captivity there at one of the zoos. Or it wasn't really a zoo, but they had snakes there. And I was like, oh, cool, I get to see some stuff. I was rocking my tank top going, wow, that's a cool indigo snake. And I took pictures, and I lost all of them. The scarlet king snake was another one, because I just think they're so cool. They're red, but then their eyes are red too. But some of them have white, some of them have yellow. It was something cool that I thought was worth my time. The short-tailed king snake was another one, because it's mimicking another snake I really wanted to see after I found out about its existence. While we were in Florida, they mimic a venomous species, which I will get to. I'm doing all the non-venomous first. I'm making pretty good time considering I'm at 1140 something, and I'm already pushing myself through a lot of these. Yeah, these king snakes were cool in the pictures, but they weren't something that I was like, ooh, I gotta see that. Again, corn snakes, I was like, oh, that'd be neat, but not on my bucket list. All the green snakes would have been cool, but again, not on my bucket list. Same with the rat snakes. Well, I got bit by a rat snake, so I guess I already got that off my list. I got bit by this yellow striped variant. It bit me on the hand 3 times because I was near the bathroom. Pine snakes were another one, but I got to see them at the expo, so I kind of count that because they're also a native species. I've seen ringnecks. You guys all know how that went. Yes! Here it is! The mud snake. The eastern mud snake. So that black snake that I talked about briefly in the Florida video, that was one of these. It was one of the, is that an erythrostic or an axanthic? That's anutheristic. Okay, so anutheristic and axanthic are pretty similar. It takes away red. So you see how the red belly there, white belly? That's because it's an anutheristic, but axanthic is also pretty much the same thing. They're just kind of interchangeable. But I really wanted to see one of these. The hatchlings I thought were striking, but then immediately after I started reading this book and I saw that, I saw the rainbow snake, which is one that because I was just looking up things to see in Florida, because I was like, well, I need to have other snake species to see other than the southern hognose, otherwise I'm going to be severely disappointed and be cranky because all I'd be looking for is that one thing and not see it, and I probably wouldn't see it, so, which, I almost have 2 snakes, but I was so happy to see them. But the rainbow snake, now, this was one that I was like, I would contemplate keeping it because they just look so different to me. And then we get into the hognoses. So yeah, they were before the hognoses. I remember them being around it, but I thought that they were after. But quick, time to rush through that before I get on my rant. Now, I would like to see this one. The Eastern Diamondback. Pretty much all the venomous ones that I was like, I don't want to see them because they scare me. Now I'm like, I really wish I did. Like the Eastern Coral Snake, these things are massive compared to the ones we have out here. Out here, the ones we have, I think get at most 12 inches, which is a foot. Maybe a little bit more than that, I think 12 to 18 inches, so a foot and a half. These dudes, I want to say get to 4 or 5 feet. Okay, I was no, it's about 4 foot is the maximum they'll get. So, but still, to me, seeing a coral snake that massive is like, what? And these are elapids, which after getting interested in venomous snakes, elapids were something I thought was cool because elapids, just if you don't know, are coral snakes, mambas, and cobras. There are other elapids, like tiger snakes, the brown snake, Australia's brown snake though. I can't remember the others right now. I'm drawing a blank. But the Florida cottonmouth. Cottonmouths are now ones that I want to see because I didn't realize they had a cute little green tail. Obviously, I'm not going to want to catch these or try to handle them other than like hook handling and moving them. But I just think they're cool. I didn't realize that their mouth was that bright a white after I started seeing pictures of them. I also found out that they're a part of Echistodon, or it's right here, Aghistrodon, which I want to say is just them and the Massasauga. So, which is another interesting species that we have here. We have the Western Massasauga, and I want to see one really badly. They look cool. But Eastern Diamondbacks are massive compared to the Diamondbacks we have here in Arizona. And it's mainly because they have more resources. I want to say, before I say anything, 72 inches. Shoot. I'm not good at converting freedom units because it's not that easy. To put it into meters, it's 1.83 meters. That still doesn't seem quite right. I think I got that wrong. 72 inches. So let's see. 6 times 5 is 30. So... Wait. No? I'm stupid. I need to be dividing things by 12. What am I doing? So... 12 times 6, that would be... That's 72. Okay, so they get to be 6 foot. Okay, crap. Okay, I didn't realize they got that big. I thought they were like 4 to 5. Oh, 4 to 5 foot. That's actually how big ours are. So they're about a foot bigger, but they're more rotund. Oh, there's the one I want to see. Let me try to find it real fast. 17 minutes. Canebrakes / timber rattlesnakes was one I want to see. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Found them. These. So excited. The pygmy rattlesnake. They are actually very similarly colored to the round-tailed king snake and the southern hognose, and I think that's partially why I like these and why I think they're so cool. I know full well the hognoses are kind of piggybacking off of their coloration and not the other way around, but because that was how I was introduced to them, the hognose, then these guys, for whatever reason, I was at first like, why would a venomous snake want to mimic something that has to play dead to live? But these snakes, I just think they're so pretty. I wanted to see this one right here, the gray and white one. But also some of the ones with the deeper reds to them. I just think they're so pretty. That's kind of it, though. Now it's into the invasive species in the book. But some of those rattlesnakes I just really wanted to see. But sadly I didn't get to, mainly because we weren't really actively looking for them until we found out about them. And that was like majority of the way through the trip. So like we literally only had like a couple days left in Florida when we found out about a lot of the species. And at that point I was like, the only one I want to see are those little ones because they scare me less. And now I'm like, I've held a Mojave rattlesnake and a diamondback. Well, I've held 2 Mojaves and encountered, or no, 1 Mojave, encountered 3 total, and now I've, in biteable distance, encountered a Western Diamondback. So I have respect for them, but I don't fear them, if that makes sense. Which there's a big difference. That's going to be a subject for another video, but my favorite species from Florida that I wanted to see of snakes. We didn't really get into anything else. But that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know if you guys want me to cover any other books that I have. Just say like yes in the comments or no. Obviously that'll get the message across. If you go no, God no, I'll know what you mean. But well, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.